Welcome back. Now, first it was expired drugs and now it's stale cheese which is being pumped back into the markets. And if you are fond of eating at a 5-star hotel in Chennai, then it's quite likely that you may end up paying for the bill for the foods that's ideally meant to be thrown away. Now, startled? Well, that's after 34 tons of stale cheese was seized by the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence. Investigators tell us that the consignment was meant for Star Hotels. In fact, Star Hotels owned up to having done business in the past with Adinath Foods, the company that was caught with the stale food items. Our reporter Salim brings to us this story. Adinath Foods. This importer has reportedly been a regular supplier of cheese to some of our best star hotels: Taj Coromandel, Taj Fisherman Cove, GRT Group, ITC Group, Trident, La Meridian, Little Italy and Subway. Meanwhile, customs officials who made the seizure tell us about the modus operandi of the supplier.
In fact, he opened the container, and where the manufacturing date was, say if it is December 2009, he put another date, that is December 2010, and put a new sticker. And these samples were taken for testing.
Star hotels in the city say that they bought cheese from Adinath Foods in the past, but claim that they have stopped doing so now.
One of the reasons was that we were not happy with the quality, and also delivery times were not kept as per our standard.
Star Hotel spokespersons also say that they have opted for an in-house quality control executive now who inspects all the deliveries on a daily basis, regardless whether it's food, vegetables, cheese or meat. An effort at ensuring that checks and balances are in place.
With the investigators sniffing at their heels, the Star Hotels may have to spend as much time setting their stores in order as they do in dishing up exotic fare, and convince not only the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence who will be questioning them, but also their valued customers. In Chennai, Salim for NDTV Hindu.
Well, that story threw up some startling questions, and our executive editor Sanjay Pinto took up the big question about how safe is the 5-star meal with a variety of stakeholders: GM of a well-known hotel, consumer advocate and the ADG of the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence. Let's take a look.
How widespread, pun unintended, is this cheese racket here, and for how long do you think this has been going on?
Say this is the first time we have come across such a modus operandi. In fact, in the year 2009, Chennai Customs, we found out some misbranded as well as some inferior quality chocolates and then other related items, the candies like that. And that items were all re-exported back, because in testing we found out that these are all, it cannot be cleared for home consumption, and accordingly these were all sent back. But after some time, now this is the first time after about 1.5 years we have come across, and as far as cheese is concerned, this is the first time we have found out.
So what you're saying is actually quite alarming, sir. It's not just cheese, it's also chocolates that little children consume in abundance. These chocolates, it's possible that they could still be in many of these departmental stores?
Say, for the past 3-4 years, such items, the import of these items have increased. Then obviously the law enforcement agencies also are keeping a watch on such items, such imports. Because once it starts increasing, then our enforcement agencies, our intelligence agencies were also keeping a watch, and accordingly that was detected in the year 2009. After that, no such malpractices were noticed, and now again, say, this is because of our watchful activities, this could be detected. So it cannot be said that such items are coming in increasing way.
All right, that's some
and
comfort.
That cannot
at least
be the conclusion.
All right, some consolation at least to parents of children. Mr. Rajan, we also hear from our sources that the DRI is planning to question managers of 5-star hotels. Now, if a supplier allegedly removes the expiry date sticker and replaces it with a fake sticker, how are the hotels really responsible or liable in this case?
Say here the owner of the importing firm, he has given a statement that he regularly supplies cheese to some of the 5-star hotels, and obviously for completing the investigation we have to get the version also. See, of what you told, you see, probably they may not be aware about this misprint. Possibility is there, but however, we have to get their views.
All right, so we'll get their views right away. In fact, on this very show, in fact, Jennifer, General Manager of Royal Meridian, joins us here. Jennifer, thank you very much for joining us now. Your hotel is one of those named by the supplier. You owe it to your customers at least. Now, what is the mechanism that you have in place in your hotel when, for instance, it's pleased for directly consumable food products if the expiry date or the best before date stickers are tampered with?
Yes, that is actually correct. When I read the paper this morning, I checked. He has been delivering us in the past, but we stopped deliveries as of August last year, and since then we have not used him. In addition, we have a quality control executive in-house that inspects all the deliveries on a daily basis, regardless whether it's fruit, vegetable, cheese, meat. She checks our freezers, she checks the temperature control and the quality of food and all the hygiene in the hotel. So should we have received any items that are outdated, they would automatically be returned.
All right, Jennifer, are you also nervous about the possibility of being questioned by the DRI in this case? They've indicated that clearly to us. And what's your likely response going to be?
Yes, we would be happy to do so. Our records are on track. As I said, we keep the records filed. It's done daily. So there's no issue. We would be happy to go forward if invited.
All right, Mr. Rajan, at least cooperation forthcoming from one of the five-star hotels. Have you already sent out notices for them to appear before you, sir, or is that something that you're planning to do in the days ahead as part of your investigation?
No, we are in the process of sending. It will take a couple of days.
You have not yet sent out notices for them to appear?
No, so far we have not sent.
Okay, what do you actually hope to get by questioning them, sir? What is a particular angle that you're seeking to probe by roping in these five-star hotels?
Say the statement, in the statement it has come that he was regularly supplying or they are the regular customers. So this fact needs to be verified. And what are the consignments which he has supplied, and earlier what are his imports, like that we will be analyzing in detail.
All right. Also now, are you looking at other products also now with the Hawkeye, not just cheese but several other food products? Is that also going to come under the DRI scanner in this case?
Say, obviously, because once it has come, then we will be checking other such consignments also. And one thing is that we will be sending a circular to all the customs formations, not only in Chennai but also in other places, to be vigilant.
All right, let's also cut across. We will try and get you Srimati on the video line as well, but we've got her on the phone line now. Srimati is a consumer lawyer. Srimati, now abroad there is an inbuilt system of checks and balances where, for instance, for not just medicinal drugs but also for food products, if something goes beyond, they don't really have a an expiry date concept there, but more a best before date. If something exceeds that best before date, then there is almost a little flag, a red flag, which pops up at the time when the barcode is scanned. Why can't we have similar systems here? Have consumer activists like yourself been pushing for this?
See, what happens is the third world countries have become some sort of a dumping ground for the Western countries. In fact, in the present case, what appears to have been was that the cheese was imported from Italy, and then they tried to bring it through Toothukudi and later on from Ceylon into. So what has happened is this is not the first time this has happened. Even earlier on, the Supreme Court had taken cognizance of such an activity. In the case of Chernobyl, if you would see, this happened in 1988. The Supreme Court had taken note of this in one case by name Shantaram Wagle versus Union of India, wherein a public interest litigation was filed, and it was brought to the notice of the Supreme Court. I mean, actually, originally the writ petition was dismissed by the Bombay High Court, And later on, the Supreme Court took note of it and said that certainly in none of the third world countries should be made a dumping ground.
Well, moving ahead now, the demolition case of Nungambakkam took a decisive turn today. The Madras High Court ruled in favour of removing the lock and seal on the property in question in Nungambakkam, and soon after the order, the CMDA removed the lock and seal from the property. Now, the move by the High Court follows the filing of a complaint, a contempt petition in fact, by the owner of the property against the Chennai Metro Development Authority. The CMDA has been slapped with a notice to file its detailed counter on this issue. Now, just to remind our viewers, the civic body had earlier slapped a sudden notice on the premises for a reported 10-centimeter deviation. The notice was almost immediately followed by a lock and seal order where construction activity was underway. Well, time now to take a quick look at how gold and silver prices are doing today. Well, time now to slip into a short break. We'll be back with lots more news and updates for you on the other side. Keep watching.